Chaos gets a bad reputation, but honestly, at this point, I feel like a professional crashout. There's a strange kind of beauty in the moments that just feel too loud, too heavy, and too much, because that's usually when something real starts happening. Chaos pushes us into discomfort and forces us into transformation. It's not destruction, it's just creation in motion. This is just another Manicc episode where we evolve out loud, unpolished, unapologetic, and unbothered. Every episode, we embrace our infinite paradox, the messy, cosmic, beautiful journey of becoming. It's the crack in the pattern, the place where old identity glitches. Chaos is not a punishment, it's a signal, a transitioning point, a liminal space between who you were and who you're about to become. And if you've ever lived even a little, you know the truth. Beautiful things are created from moments where life stopped making sense. Chaos is the birthplace of self-awareness. It's the friction that asks you to evolve even when you think you're not ready. It brings you back to yourself in a very unexpected way. We hit those moments where nothing is in our control. Our instinct is to tighten up, to try to push back, to micromanage the universe. But chaos isn't here to ruin you. It's here to reroute you. Because every out of control moment has a pattern if you just take a moment to breathe and notice it. Even science backs this up. Chaos theory says that the world isn't random. The patterns just don't obey the neat little boxes our minds want them to. This is the butterfly effect. A microscopic change in the beginning creates a completely different reality at the end. It's the science version of one small decision today becomes a different tomorrow. We underestimate the power of the little things until they rewrite our entire existence. Eastern philosophy clocked this long before the West ever put a chalkboard equation to it. In Taoism, chaos isn't the villain, force is. The Tao teaches that life moves in currents, not straight lines. You navigate it by sensing the flow, not battling with it. You align by allowing what's already happening to guide you to what's next. Some people will get pulled into chaos without even noticing, spiraling that invisible, dramatic pull into turmoil. If you grew up in chaos, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When disorder is your first language, peace doesn't feel peaceful. It feels suspicious. But awareness shifts everything. When you start tuning into the frequency instead of reacting to the noise, chaos becomes information. It becomes the compass instead of the curse. And if you had a rebellious youth, then you know there's a raw electricity in letting go of the expectations you were never meant to carry. There's a power in saying, fine, I'll build my own path. There's a belonging in realizing how far you've come from the person you had to be in order to survive. With hindsight, chaos becomes connective tissue. Every scar, every meltdown, every spiral becomes a chapter in the story of how you became this version of you. And with that awareness, you realize you can create from chaos. You can turn it into momentum. The beauty of chaos is creation. Everywhere in nature, destruction is the prologue to evolution. Stars are born in the collapse. Forests regrow after the fire. The brain rewires itself only after we have broken old patterns apart. Nietzsche said, you must have chaos within you to give birth to a dancing star. Not because chaos is an aesthetic, but because creativity doesn't come from comfort. It comes from the rupture, from the rebellion, from the refusal to shrink into conformity. Nietzsche's whole thing was rejecting the moral systems that tell you to stay small. He believed inner conflict isn't something you fix, it's something you recharge. Your purpose doesn't appear from peaceful passivity. It rises from the mess, from the discomfort, from the moments where life forces you to confront what no longer fits. Chaos is not the enemy of becoming, it's the frequency in which it happens. Suffering inside chaos is real, and I will never disrespect anyone's experience by pretending that pain evaporates with a cute quote. Human life is heavy. Cruelty exists in this universe, and the things we've lived through shape us in ways we don't even want to admit out loud. But fighting for yourself isn't the same as resisting chaos. Friction only shows up when we push back against the reality that's already unfolding. When things get too loud, too chaotic, too unfair, we spiral by replaying the conversations over and over, clinging to the what ifs and begging for our lives to make sense. What if, and stay with me, what if beauty doesn't come from controlling chaos, but expressing it? Poetry, music, film, books, painting, the weird meme you post at 3 a.m. So much art we love was born from someone transforming their chaos. Creation is a release valve, a translation of suffering into something human, something meaningful, something that reminds us we're not alone. Chaos isn't here to break you, it's just here to move you, refine you, rewire you, push you towards your becoming. If you let it, chaos becomes coherence. Chaos is messy, but it's not meaningless. It's the part of the journey where everything feels unsteady because something inside you is rearranging. You don't have to pretend it's pretty, you don't have to force a lesson out of it. Just don't mistake the discomfort for defeat. If you're in the thick of it right now, breathe. Feel the shift, not the shame. There's power in letting life move through you. Because one day, and maybe sooner than you think, you'll look back and you'll realize that the chaos wasn't destroying you. It was carving space for who you were becoming. It was the transition, the rewiring, the moment the old version of you stepped aside so the new one could arrive. If you made it this far, I see you. You are appreciated for being here. You get it. The chaos, the contradictions, the beauty of trying anyways. We're not chasing perfection here. We're just showing up authentically. So if this hits for you, if it made you feel a little more human or a little less alone, subscribe, follow, or hit whatever button is in front of you. This didn't find you by accident. This was just another Manicc episode. Take what resonates, recycle the rest, and don't forget to stay hydrated.